What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel on this happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great day. Before we begin, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let's get into this week's team. So, this week's team is starring a relatively new mon, Fezandipiti, one of the Disloyal Three, well, the Disloyal Tree there. Fezandipiti is the, I don't know how you describe, like the balanced one. Is not like outright physical like Ogi Dogi, not like outright special like Monkey Dory. Fezandipiti is kind of like the balance. There's a balance right there in the middle. Can run both physical or special. I know it's a base 70 special attack and 91, so it's kind of middling. Its main strength is at 125 spadef, but then it does have stuff like Nasty Plow and Swords Dance to boost itself, so it's kind of like, it's not bad by any means. It's not like super good. It's not like Monkey Dory bad though. I know Monkey Dory is probably the lowest tiered one according to Smogon. So it's a relatively interesting mon, but it's also my favorite. So, and I love peacocks, and like it kind of reminds me of Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda, and I really love Lord Shen's design. So that's why I'm running it. Poison Fairy typing without Levitate. This is not a Galarian Weezing. We're running a special set, Toxic Chain plus Black Sludge combination. Running a fully timid 99 speed isn't something to sneeze at. It will outspeed a lot of things. Nasty Plot to boost this 70 to higher levels, and if we can get even more, it's going to do more wonders for this. 70 special attack is not something to sneeze on. With Nasty Plot, we're running Sludge Bomb, Moonblast for our dual stab coverage, and then Heat Wave to hit Steel types, right? Because Steel type is the thing that really walls us. Poison types as well, such as Revavroom, will also wall us, so it's kind of this is the other coverage move we have. You can argue, oh, why not just run other moves besides Moonblast and Sludge Bomb? Like you have Shadow Ball right here for Psychic types, right? You can even have U-Turn for those ability to just pivot, Icy Wind for speed purposes. But you know, I figured I might as well go with power with this one, because Fezandipiti 70 is kind of middling, but nothing to sneeze at, especially if you get the plots up. Toxic Chain is a new ability, basically gives us a 30% chance of toxic damage. Pair that with like Sludge Bomb, which already has a 30% chance to poison anyway. It's a 60% chance to poison everything, so you might as well have it there. Moonblast is here, 30% chance to Spatak drop plus a Toxic Chain. That's going to be really huge if we can get those off. 10% chance with Heat Waves plus 30% chance to Toxic Poison. It's a 40% chance to status. So if you get what I mean, going with this, there's basically a Spatak boosted attack plus toxic damage that can rack up over time. It's going to pay dividends. Making a return is Nuoh, the Wo-Chien, same exact spread. You love Wo-Chien. Every time Wo-Chien hits the field, it slows down the pacing of the battle and we get kind of a stall fest going. Honestly, this is probably my Ting-Lu, and Wo-Chien is probably my two favorites of the Chinese quartet there. Wo-Chien definitely up there as a defensive wall for me. This thing can take a bunch of hits and restore itself because of Protect, Leech Seed, Leftovers combination, Knockoff to get rid of items, and Ruination to really chip down opponents. In combination with Leech Seed, that's going to be doing a lot of damage to our opponents over time. Wo-Chien just hits everything very hard, especially because Tablets of Ruin looters attack stats and we're max defense, so Wo-Chien's here to hit a lot of things. Sorry we're going to have another stall fest, but this is the best defensive mon I could have thought of when making this team. Making a return after a long while is Lizzie the Skeledirge, running a heavy duty boot set this time, being our Spadef wall with Torch Song Hex, Willow with Slack Off. The whole idea here is to just spread burns and hit hexes when we can. If not, Torch Song to get a Spatak boost, to boost this 110 Spatak, and then simply burn things with Willow, eat the hits, restore health, and then hit those boosted 120 hexes, because of course hex 120, I should say 130 hexes, because power doubles if we can get status ailments. Pair this with Fezandipiti's Toxic Chain, like these two would work together really well on a team. Amariza makes a return, same spread as last time, nothing has changed. Stealth Rock, Iron Defense, Physical Wall, Electric with the Earth Eater. Nothing has changed, just being a tanky wall as always. And I'll just bring up Savita here because you see Savita, same exact moveset as well. Spadef, Sister of Blue, not running physical, no hazards, right? But Earth Power, Ice Beam, Chilling Water, near perfect coverage. And to bring up the rear of this team, this is a rather short team builder, is Wardlow making a return. Wardlow did really well in BDSP in our, who was it, Eldez set, running Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, the newly physical Temper Flare, and EQ running Moxie to steamroll over opponents. Terra Fairy to counter Dragon moves and hit hard with a Dragon Claw, get those Moxie boosts, and Snowball effect, right? Basically, we're just gonna do the thing. We're just gonna damage everybody, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Temper Flare Earthquake offers perfect coverage for our weaknesses in ground types, steel types, or I say steel types because it walls. Fairy types hit everything neutrally, right? And even when we Terra Fairy, Earthquakes hit poison and steel types. Ice types for Temper Flare, right? Steel types again with Temper Flare, so it hits everything hard. Wardlow is here with another opportunity for a great showing. Temper Flare is a new fire move. I knew I used this with Koraida, but I'll explain it again here. If our move has failed, so say a Flutter Mane comes out on our Ments, right? And we hit Dragon Claw, it'll fail. The next turn, Temper Flare will hit at 75, so 150 base power. Pair that with a D-Dance, Flutter Mane is not going to take it, and it's a one-time nuke, right? So it'll basically destroy anything that doesn't resist it. So that's 150 base power fire move with no recoil, and that's coming off of Ments with a potential to be 135 plus with any boost. So keep that in mind. This is the team in all its glory. I'll be honest here, the team captain is probably the best lead for us, just because I know leads are usually you set up hazards and whatnot, but also, I mean, if we can spread poisons, that's also the equivalent of setting up hazards for this team in this regard. Because, you know, we only have Amariza for rocks, so even Befall is here to kind of spread status. If we can spread a lot of status early on, that gives us a lot of momentum into the end game. Makes it very much easier to send in Wardlow to sweep, for example, or Amariza to do a lot more chip damage, right? So this team has a lot of synergy, Firewater, Grass Core, Dragon Steel, Fairy Core, Dual Core coverage, so we covered just about everything. Of course, we have our neutral weaknesses in between with secondary typings, but other than that, it's a really good team. I wish you have a great Sunday. Thank you guys for watching, all the support, and I will see you tomorrow for the battles. Until then, have a great day, like I said, and don't forget to drink your water and eat your food. Until then, bye-bye for now.